How to target muscle groups with advanced hypertrophy techniques. Are you an athlete looking to build muscle and strength? Understanding how to target specific muscle groups with advanced hypertrophy techniques can make a big difference. Let's break down how to effectively achieve this. First, it is essential to know that hypertrophy is the process where muscle fibers grow in size. This happens through resistance training that creates mechanical tension, metabolic stress, and muscle damage. To focus on specific muscles, you need to choose exercises that emphasize those muscles by considering the range of motion, angles, and types of contractions. One advanced technique is accentuated eccentric loading. This method emphasizes the eccentric phase of a lift, where the muscle lengthens. By using heavier weights during this phase, you increase mechanical tension and muscle damage, which can stimulate growth. For example, you might lower a weight slowly before lifting it back up with a lighter load. Another effective method is drop sets. This involves performing an exercise until you cannot do any more repetitions, then immediately reducing the weight and continuing without rest. This increases metabolic stress and keeps the targeted muscle under tension for a longer time. Supersets are also beneficial. This means doing two exercises back-to-back that target either the same muscle group or opposing muscle groups. For instance, you could do bicep curls followed by tricep extensions. This approach increases training density and volume. Blood flow restriction training is another technique worth considering. By applying a device to restrict blood flow in a limb during low-load resistance exercises, you can create metabolic stress in the muscle. This method allows you to stimulate hypertrophy with lighter weights, which is especially useful if you want to reduce joint stress. Cluster sets can also be effective. This involves breaking a set into smaller groups with short rest periods in between. This allows you to lift heavier weights while still increasing the overall volume of your workout. Changing the range of motion and angles can target different parts of a muscle. For example, doing bicep curls while seated on an incline bench can emphasize the long head of the biceps more than standing curls. Training to failure is another powerful technique. This means pushing your muscles to the point where you cannot perform another repetition. This recruits the highest threshold motor units, maximizing the stimulus for muscle growth. Techniques like forced repetitions can help extend this effect. Tempo control is also important. Slowing down the eccentric phase of your lifts increases the time your muscles are under tension, which can enhance growth. Integrating these techniques into your training can help you break through plateaus and target specific muscle groups effectively. It is important to balance volume, intensity, and recovery to avoid overtraining. For instance, combining heavy weights with moderate repetitions can optimize muscle growth while allowing for sustainable training. In practice, you might use accentuated eccentric loading on key lifts, follow with drop sets or supersets, and vary your angles weekly. Blood flow restriction can be included during rehabilitation or when minimizing joint stress is necessary. By focusing on mechanical tension, metabolic stress, and muscle damage through these varied methods, you can effectively target specific muscle groups and achieve your strength and power development goals.